On the vast African savanna, the dawn pours golden honey on each blade of sunburned grass. The distant chirping of birds echoes, and the mist lingers on the cold rocks. There, under a low tree, Goro, a Homo habilis man, with dark skin, a lean body, and experienced eyes, quietly opens his eyes, feeling the wild pulse of life. Beside Goro is Lima, his pregnant wife, her tangled hair covering her shoulders, her bony hands gently stroking her pregnant belly. Each new day for them is a small miracle, to wake up, to breathe, to continue the survival story of our ancestors. Goro's eyes meet Lima's, a silent promise of protection and hope. In the golden light of dawn, the whole group gathers close, quietly sharpening their spears and preparing for whatever the day may bring. Narration: in this harsh world, unity and care for one another are the true weapons of survival. Suddenly, the shadow of a saber-toothed cat, a legendary predator, emerges from the tall grass. The group freezes, tension rising, sweat beading on brows. A roar resounds, dust swirls, spears lift, rocks are hurled at the hunter. Lima crouches by a tree, both hands over her belly, eyes trembling as she searches for Goro. Goro shouts, "Together, don't separate!" The battle is fierce. A spear pierces the cat's leg. Goro and the others throw stones non-stop. At last, the saber-toothed cat limps away, leaving behind bloody and dusty ground. Lima breaks down in tears as Goro holds her close. "I thought I'd never see you again." Goro whispers, "You're safe now. We've overcome another trial." Facing danger, our ancestors knew how to protect one another. Courage comes not just from muscle, but from a heart that loves and sacrifices for others. The journey of the Homo habilis group continues quietly beneath the harsh sunlight of the savanna. Amid the sea of golden grass, they pause by a low shrub, curiosity shining in their eyes as they examine clusters of deep red berries, unfamiliar leaves, and tiny traces of life on the earth. Goro carefully picks a wild fruit, tasting it with a hesitant frown, then smiles as he discovers its mild, edible tang. Lima, a bit reluctant, samples it too, her face puckering at the bitterness, yet she bravely shares her find with the others. The group digs patiently into the soft soil, collecting ant eggs and dividing this precious reward amongst themselves. One member follows the trail of bees, skillfully climbing a branch and gently knocking down a golden hive, its honey glistening in the sun. Goro uses his spear to search through the mud for fat grubs, while Lima timidly tastes them. Each new bite is a gamble with survival. Every face lights up at these discoveries. Even the smallest sweet flavor, a mouthful of rough food, brings hope for the road ahead. Nature is humanity's greatest teacher. Every berry, every grub, every drop of honey carries a lesson in patience, the courage to experiment, and deep gratitude for life itself. Through this endless ability to adapt and learn from nature, humankind has evolved, growing stronger generation after generation. After a long, exhausting journey beneath the blazing sun, the Homo habilis group discovers a small stream winding its way through the golden grass. Lima sits down on the sandy bank, arms wrapped around her pregnant belly. Her face is thin and streaked with sweat, yet her eyes still shine with hope. Goro, along with two other men, wades into the cool, shallow water. Their awkward hands grope under slippery rocks, searching for anything edible. Cheers erupt when Goro pulls up a large crab. The children's eyes light up with delight. This is more than just a meal. It is a hard-won gift of persistence and teamwork. The group gathers around the stream, building a small fire and setting the crab on a hot stone. The scent of roasting crab drifts in the air, the smoke rising in soft spirals, mingling with bright laughter and quiet, grateful glances. With gentle care, Goro peels the crab's sweet meat and offers it to Lima, his hands steady with love and concern. She eats slowly, eyes glistening with simple happiness. In this harsh wilderness, even the smallest bite is hope, and a promise for the child she carries. Each person passes along their tiny portion, no one keeping more for themselves. In the flickering firelight, they share stories of days long past, remember loved ones gone, and dream of gentler nights ahead. Sharing a meal is how people build community, nurture kinship, and sow the seeds of hope. It is not solitary strength, but generosity and love that allow us to endure and overcome every challenge nature sets before us. After eating, Goro and the other men search for big branches, carrying them back on their shoulders. Lima collects small twigs, helping the group. The sound of branches thrust into the ground, vines binding them, dry grass covering the roof. Everyone admires their work. Simple shelters, the first sign of humanity's ability to unite for safety and survive the night together. Not just hunting and gathering. Humans have evolved by building homes, sharing work, and creating safety for the whole group. Lima leans on Goro's shoulder, murmuring, "With you, I feel safe in this vast world." Sunset paints the sky in brilliant orange, clouds drifting over distant peaks. Goro circles stones around the fire. A Homo habilis member strikes stones. Sparks flare up in the dusk. The group gathers by the flames, faces aglow after a long day battling for survival. Lima looks up at the star-filled sky, whispering, "By the fire, all worries seem to melt away." As night falls, the small shelters stand quietly across the vast savanna, firelight flickering, and the steady breaths of the Homo habilis group echo on through the wild. Through hunger, danger, and the cold, they have moved forward together, carrying in their hearts the power of kinship, courage, and the will to survive. In these simple moments, sharing a meal, building shelter, protecting one another, humankind laid the very first stones of our great journey of evolution. Every footprint left in today's grassland is a reminder of the unity, knowledge, and love that our ancestors passed down to us. The road ahead remains long, with new challenges waiting beyond the horizon. But as long as we stand together, the fire of hope will never go out. Join us next time as the story of humanity's ancestors continues to unfold.